What's going on, guys? So I've been seeing videos on videos of people having issues with HOA. Now I would like to only show you one video and kind of clarify my point on why I hate HOAs. I know a lot of people say they have a lot of benefits that come with them. Well, to me, those benefits are completely outweighed by literally all the negative possibilities that come with having an HOA. They will pass rules that nobody will probably vote on. A lot of people wouldn't know. They also like to put liens on your house and basically evict people. I think they have too much power for the type of people that are usually over them is a bunch of narcissistic morons that just like power and they want everybody to ditto what their standard is, even though the standard could be a little bit loose at times to me. Like, I get it, keep your grass cut. Usually good neighbors do that anyway. Probably don't live in an HOA. Like, I couldn't live in one because I don't get to mow my yard every single week or every other week. My job almost makes it impossible to mow consistently. Having a ruined vehicle in the yard, a lot of them don't like that, which, yeah, I get that, but at the same time, those two things to me, those two, having a well-kept yard and not having a busted vehicle in your yard, those two things are not enough to justify an HOA to me. Now, there's supposed to be a plethora of other things. But I've seen too many horror story videos, literally with evidence, showing where they overstep what they get. Sometimes people back them up, lawyers, all sorts of things. They'll back them up and be like, oh, well, they're justified. This is okay. This is okay. Everything that we vote on is okay. It's just a bunch of lonely, miserable people that have literally nothing else going on in their life, that they just have the need to have some form of power. And that's all it is to me. Now, you can get in the comments and say you're wrong, that I don't know what I'm talking about. That's fine. I don't care. Your opinion means nothing to me. This right here is just absolute overreach and stupid to me.
Hey, is Bill available?
Yes, he is.
Great.
Bill?
Says he's available, but he's not coming to the door. Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Here we go. What can I do for you?
Here's my payment, $1,400 for parking my truck in my driveway. All right.
I told you this would not be acceptable.
Yeah, Federal Reserve. That's the law.
You haven't looked at the court cases. The court cases have dealt with this.
Yeah,
And
well,
the court
this is a
cases
federal
have
law.
dealt with it.
It's for a fine. It's money owed. It's a
That's
debt.
right.
Have a good day. See you later, Bill. All right, there's the $1,400 in coins delivered. Talked to Bill, told him we're leaving it. See you later, brother.
You were not supposed to park your car there and you knew that.
You know, it's not that. It's the fact that somebody can park a $1,000 piece of crap in their driveway and I can't park my... Well, if people want it to be a new neighborhood and bring you to the area, how can they expect to do that without any change?
They do though, because we even have people that have trucks that have voted no for trucks.
Now, I'd like to clarify one thing. Yes, there is definitely been some rulings against using pennies for massive quantities of payments. There's also been a couple of them where they ruled where you could. So I don't know what this guy's on about. Talking about law isn't going to work unless he's talking about local law, if they're, their state or their specific county. I don't know. But I can say this. Him talking about trucks being parked out in their driveway, I would have to say is probably a new rule they made without even consulting to him. So he just got a fine all because of a rule they wanted to make. And some of these places, if you ever look, their garages aren't going to be big enough to fit a truck. My garage could fit 2 small cars. I cannot fit my truck inside of my garage. It's going to be next to impossible. It sits a little too high. The garage was made with a lower, clearance. If I park my truck in there, like I could literally put ramps and be able to, change my oil. But that's with the glass almost touching the actual roof. I can get in there and barely change my oil. So I can imagine whatever truck he probably has that he has to drive. And to also counter a few things, people say, oh, well, you can just get up and move. Yeah, you go do that in the middle of the housing market it is today. That's a stupid thing to say. So, no, that's going to be next to impossible. Another thing, don't move where there's an HOA. Like I said, I don't like HOAs. You will not be able to explain it to me and me agree with it. But HOAs, for some people, they want them. And say this guy, he wanted one. One big problem is that now it bit him in the ass because they voted against something that wouldn't have affected him at first, but now it affects him. But that's kind of my point, is it doesn't matter whether he wants to move. He can't move. It's not so easy. The housing market is garbage. You'll probably go pay $300,000 for like a $120,000 house. Go look at it. That's how it works. Principal and all that will eat you. And then 2, the HOA will vote on stuff just because they're nitpicky, just for small things. Like HOAs, and this is me going to try to say the positive note. Like I said, keep your yard clean. You'd have to keep it cut perfectly all the time. You can't do obscure paints, like different styles in your roof, whatnot. You can't have busted vehicles out, in the middle of your yard and type stuff. I get those. We'll even say a fence has to be a certain way because they want everything to look good and inviting, blah, blah, blah. You got to make sure your area, wherever you live, you got to make sure that the prices stay, whatever they say. It's supposed to, make the value of the area better. All that is all well and good. But when you overstep boundaries where somebody can't even park a truck in their driveway, even the people for HOA has to realize this is absurd and insane. I mean, to have everything to where a house is not being lived in, which makes no sense. Like, you can't park anything in your driveway. It's your driveway. It is your personal driveway. I'll park a four-wheeler, my mower. I'll stick a giant trailer-attached barbecue grill, and I will put it in my driveway, and I dare anyone to say anything otherwise. I think it's ridiculous that HOAs have this massive ability to just change rules on a whim, and it may be because they don't like the guy. You notice, at least to me, the way they're talking to him is trying to be, lawfully good. The way they're talking, trying to make it look like, well, if you just ask everybody voted against it, and then, hey, if you check the laws, you're not supposed to pay with this money. I have a sneaking suspicion there's a long time issue that's been going on between these people, more than likely, the HOA and this said person. And he makes up one good point. If you live in an HOA, like I said, a busted vehicle, if you have $1,000 worth of vehicle that's garbage sitting in your driveway or wherever it is, that should not be allowed by comparison to a brand new, well-kept truck. One looks better, one doesn't. If you're in an HOA, it makes sense. I'm just glad I don't live in an HOA. I made sure that was a question that I check marked. I don't want an HOA, okay? I don't care. I don't want to follow every nitpicky rule. Sometimes they don't even let you have, like, security cameras where it's obvious and you can see it. They don't like signs to be up in certain, spots. And that's the thing. Like, my house has signs that say you are being recorded. It also states I have a portable hole punch with me. It tells everybody, private property, do not come here unless you are delivering something. It literally says, I already found religion. I don't care about what you're wanting me to vote for. And if you have my package, put it on my porch. Be done with it. It's pretty simple. And those are some things they don't want you to have. Like, I couldn't be in an HOA because, for one thing, I have a floor mat that I love that says, fuck off. It's simple, it's elegant, it's perfect, and tells everybody, leave me the hell alone. I have things like that. If you get into my garage, it says goofy stuff in my garage. If I could get away with it, had the money, my entire roof would probably be like blue. All because I think it would be pretty funny to piss off people if I lived in an HOA. But yeah, that's about all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.